Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Lucid Raver. This week, I have a special guest, my best friend Shelby. Say hello. Now, my story with Shelby, how I met her, is a fun little story. I was in college. I went to Rosen College. It was part of the UCF program, and it is the College for Hospitality Management. And I went there to get my degree in entertainment management, and it was my second semester there. And I think we had like a theater class.
No, it was our intro to entertainment management class. Yeah.
But it was in a theater.
Yeah, it was like in a theater.
Yeah. So we're definitely in a big group of people. I think there was like at least over 100 students in there.
Yeah.
And I think it was like the first or second day, and the teacher basically wanted everyone to stand up, state their name, state the degree that they're getting, why they're in college, and something fun about them. And I think before I went, she went up and she's like, "Hi, I'm Shelby. I'm trying to get my degree in entertainment management. I want to own my own music festival, and I also sing, and I go to festivals." And from that moment, I was eyeballing her. She didn't know at the time, and I was like, "I'm gonna go introduce myself."
Good thing you did, because I wouldn't have. I'm too shy.
Yeah, I was like, "I noticed you, and my name's Brooke, and let's be friends." And from there on, it just blossomed into what we have here now.
Yeah. I feel like I got adopted. It's so nice.
I like to choose people in my life, and I made a really good decision. So,
oh, thank you.
So Shelby, please tell us a little bit about yourself, when you got into the EDM scene, what kind of raver you are, and yeah.
I like that question because I remember watching Dylan's interview and he was like, I don't know what kind of raver I am. And I really felt that because like every time that you read like a Instagram post or something and they have like different types of ravers, I don't feel like I fit into any specific category. But my first show was Excision at House of Blues, which we found out that was also you and Allie's favorite like first show. So that's just absolutely insane to me that like we were all at the same show for our first show, but we didn't know each other. Yeah.
I feel like that's definitely changed our lives for
Oh
sure.
yeah. No, I just remember when the show started, that was when they still like had all the glass on the walls and stuff. And he started and I could just hear like the rattling of the glass and I was like almost like what did I get myself into, but like so excited. So excited.
I was high off life.
Oh
Sandwich between two fat people. I was like, yes.
Oh yeah. No, I mean I was like 17 at the time and me and my boyfriend at the time had went and I made us shirts and I made it with like puffy paint and people were like, those are so cool, where'd you get them from? And I was like, I made them. And they were like, we want one. I was like, okay.
Yeah. Okay, so that was your first thing. What kind of genres do you listen to or mess with the most?
Ugh, that's hard because like I don't only listen to like EDM music, like I listen to country. I know a lot of people hate that. I listen to pop. I listen to rap. Like I listen to it all.
If you went to an EDM festival, though, what genres do you find yourself going into? You know,
more of the like wonky stuff. Like if it's wonky, I'm here for it.
But you also like a little house.
I like a little house. I like some bass. Like I'm a good mixture. I would say when I first started listening to it, I was like Excision, like anything that's hard, like just put it in my face. And I was like, but now I'm just like, I don't know. I want to explore. I want to see different options. I like hearing more of the lyrics now. Mostly, I think that's because, you know, I sing. So I can connect more to it. But I mean, even with like working with Sam right now for my wedding, like he was like, do you like this? Like, do you want me to stack some stuff? And I was like, I don't know if you listen to Ariana Grande, but like she likes to layer her vocals. And I was like, could you like layer the violins? And he was like, oh, heck yeah, we can do that for you.
I'm excited to see what Sam will come up for you.
I'm so excited. It's gonna add like a nice
Touch
like
to the wedding.
touch to the
Yeah, a special authentic touch.
yeah.
So any a little bit more about yourself?
I live in Tampa. Love Tampa Bay.
Woo woo.
I just remember when we were at Sunset and there was like a giant chair and it said Tampa Bay, and Brooke looks at me and she goes, what does that mean? And I was like, we're champs, sweetie. Like, we won Super Bowl. We won the Stanley Cup. We're champs.
Okay, Florida be popping for Tampa the past year or two.
But don't move there.
Yeah, don't.
We don't want you there.
Mm-mm.
Sorry.
Nope.
It's crowded.
Mm-hmm.
It's not that we don't want you there. It's crowded. That's all it is. We love you, but it's crowded. Come for vacation. Don't come to live because it's getting expensive.
Yeah, a little crazy too.
Yeah.
It's a little ratchet.
Yeah. I'm from Melbourne, Florida, which you found out because you were like, I love Decines. And I was like, sweetie, I grew up there.
Yeah, we're two Florida girls born and raised. And a lot of people are like, you're locals? I'm like, that does happen every so often.
I mean, I love it. I don't want to go anywhere else.
So, Shelby, what is your favorite festival and why?
See, I'm going to have a real hard time with this question because I would say, thanks to Brooke, my best send it trip. Like, ain't got no money. I'm just going to have to put all my food on the credit card, figure out how to get here, was hijinks.
Hijinks, yeah.
I was like, I hate the cold though. So like, I don't know if I would say that it was like my favorite because like, I hate being cold. But you know, getting to close out the year with Skrillex.
Yeah.
That was a dream.
Yeah.
That was an absolute dream.
That was the best Skrillex set I've ever seen. If you weren't there, I'm sorry.
I'm so sorry. He put a video and he was like, this is me hanging out with my best friends the last day of the year. And I was like, I'm Skrillex's best friend. It's the first time I met him.
Going into 2020. Literally, Porter Robinson into Skrillex into Excision back-to-back slander. Like,
yeah.
You know, you just had to be there.
Had to be there. Yeah. I mean, I would say that was like an awesome experience and I wouldn't take it back. But like the other part of me says, you know, EDC Vegas because like I got engaged in Vegas. So you can't like, can't say I didn't love it.
She previously told me, she was like, I would love to be like proposed to at Vegas under like the electric sky. I think that'd be so awesome. I was like,
She was like, let me make it happen.
I hit up her now fiance. I was like, Joe, if you were thinking about proposing at this time, I will help you.
Wink, wink.
And the last day, because that whole day was bass music, and the only time for you to be proposed at was at Eric Pride's. It just sounded like the best idea for everyone to meet up. And
but I love that we did it there because like I love that stage.
Yeah, there's a lot of room too.
Yeah,
it just wasn't packed. And we had like a bunch of our friends show up at that time, and then I was like, do it, Joe, go now, go. He's like, he just taps you and he's like,
he didn't even ask. I was just like, yes, yeah.
I love that. That. EDC Vegas was definitely amazing. We definitely have to go back, just not anytime soon.
It kicked my butt. Like, so tired. Like, I've been raving since I was 17, but like, wow, that one will humble you real quick.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
I was sleeping on the bus on the way there second day.
Like 5 or 6 o'clock at night till 6 in the morning. You don't get back home until 9. It's a lot.
You go to the hotel to sleep. That's it.
So getting to our topic for this week, this is music festivals and how to work for them, how to be part of that. Yeah. Me and Shelby went to school to get our degree in entertainment management to own and operate our own festival, hopefully one day. And with that being said, we had to take a lot of classes. I was in college for that part for 2 years after getting my A. We had to take a bunch of courses. A lot of them were just, I don't even know. I feel like we wasted a lot of our time.
It's hard to say because like A lot of people are like, oh, your stuff must just be so easy because it's entertainment management. I said, look, if you're not creative,
Yeah.
it's not going to work.
Yeah.
Like, you literally will fail your classes if you're not creative.
You have to try. I have to say, I wouldn't have passed college without Shelby's help for sure. I'm not really the best organized person, but I think when I'm put under pressure and have to talk, I think I do pretty decent.
I do the writing, you do the talking.
We come up with ideas, but
Yeah,
like
yeah.
me and like typing it down is like a little extensive for me.
I was like, I don't want to talk, so if you talk, I'll do the rest.
Yeah, but with us going to college and trying to get our degree in this, we were presented with certain opportunities that we'll be discussing a little bit later in working for festivals. Also, me and Shelby have our miniature mini festival that we do each year called Friendsgiving, and we'll be going on its 5th year next year. Well, no, this year, sorry. We upgraded all of our friends coming to my house to like eat and drink, bring their own food, to actually us buying our first stage together and having a couple of DJs come out and play during the party. We've added a couple of art installations. This year was the best year that we've had it so far.
Most people, for sure.
Yeah, a lot of people. I did it in my back house back there, so we have a couple acres of just land to just let people roam around, and it's such a fun time to show what we're passionate about, but also like the inclusion of our friends coming together and just like enjoying each other's company.
Yeah.
And it's a lot of work, but it's also something that I'm proud of.
Oh, yeah. Compared to like first years, like,
Yeah.
it's crazy.
Yeah.
It's crazy to see now. It's cool. It's really cool to see now.
I'm excited to see where it will go. If anyone wants to DJ, let us know.
Yeah, hit us up.
Okay, so let's get into working music festivals. We're going to talk about the festivals that we worked for. We're going to talk about their legitimacy, what positions that we were in, and if it was worth it. Would you like to go first for your first festival that you worked?
I'm trying to think of which one was first.
I think that I don't know what you did.
I want to say Life in Color was first. I don't think that it was. Well, we'll start with Life in Color. That one's fine. So I was in like a group me with people at school, and someone was like, hey, does anyone want to work Life in Color in Miami? And I was like, I do. Why not? It was like $14 an hour. And when you were done with your shift, you could go inside and watch whoever. Not that I was really interested in that, but fun facts, Life in Color was my first festival that I ever went to, and it was the cold
2014 one.
Yeah,
that was my first.
This is
festival
when
as well,
Borgor played. Yeah. When he played Dolphin Attack, that was fun. It was cold, and I had like literally dreads from paint. Like I don't even think
I didn't like it.
Yeah, I don't even think they do it anymore.
The paint was like squirting in my eyeballs, and I'm wearing contacts. I'm also shivering from the cold, and I'm wet, and I'm like,
I'm having so much fun.
My first rave.
So I worked that one, and I did. I guess it would technically be called like ticketing, but like I scanned people in. And I will say that when you go to festivals, please be patient with people who are scanning your tickets, because half the time those things don't work, and it's not their fault. But that one was okay. They fed us, which was nice, and we got paid $14 an hour. I would say the only place where like I sort of benefited in that situation was that I didn't have to pay for a hotel, because my mom gets hotels sometimes, so she got us a free hotel. But that can get costly if you're planning on doing something like that. You got to kind of take that into account. And gas too, because like clearly we don't live right next to Miami or something. But that one was really fun. The people there were really nice that I worked with. They were really professional. The lady's name was Misty. Misty was really nice. And then the same aspect is like through the group me was how I got to work 3 Points in Miami. which I think was not that much later than Life in Color. So I like literally did Life in Color, and then like a month later went back for 3 points. But you guys were going anyway, so I was like, oh, I'll see them, which I didn't end up seeing you guys at all.
No.
But I worked artist relations for that, and I can't tell you what I did because I don't remember. They literally like had me sitting at a tent where the artists, like their people would come and like pick up their stuff like to get in. It was like their like parking passes and stuff like that. I did get to put something in SZA's trailer. That was pretty cool. I didn't get to see her, but she wasn't there, but I got to put something in her trailer. And seeing SZA was like, that was a real cool experience because I had listened to that whole album, so I was singing the entire time.
So you had like some free time off?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, sometimes a lot of festivals will like have you fill out like a sheet and you say like who you would like to see, and then they try to work around your schedule if possible. If you're working with friends, they try to schedule you with friends, like if they know it's not going to be an issue, you know. But I also worked Imagine, which was technically it was with UCF. UCF, and technically it was with Brian Thomas, who runs Homebase, which I already knew him because we worked together at the Council Oak. So I already had his card for like music festival trips. Like he would do buses that would go to like eForest or like anywhere that like a lot of people want to go, but like maybe you don't want to take a plane. But he's really awesome to work with. But we had to work so many hours, and then you got to do the festival for free.
How many hours did you work, do you think?
I think that it was like 16 hours was how many hours you had.
That's not bad.
It's not bad at all. And it was like 3 days. So you split it between your days, whatever.
Yeah.
I would say the only problem that year was that, from what I know, they had said that whoever ran the festival, they had like basically gave it to someone else and was like, you run it this year. And they blew their load on Bass Nectar. So production was and there was a lot of people that like they were paid to work and they quit. So we had to do their jobs. So when I first got there, they're like, who wants to work right now? And I was like, me, because then that means I don't have to work tonight. So I think I got to see like Galantis that night or something. Okay. I was like, I have to see them, so I'll work now. I don't remember what we did when we first got there, but I remember it was hot. No, we did ticketing. That's what we did. That was my first time doing ticketing. So I think Imagine was first. So it was my first time doing ticketing. They basically like gave me the rundown, and I was like, okay, I think I know how to do this. And I was the person at like the will call when you came.
Okay.
So I like gave wristbands and stuff like that, which was a little complicated in the beginning because I wasn't sure what I was doing. But once I did it, like you do certain things a few times, you got it really quickly. It wasn't that bad.
Yeah.
So then I headed back to camp, set up my camp, went back to, because they told us to head to the, there was like a tent where we were supposed to go that they told us where we needed to go. They were like, do you want to work more now? And then you'll be off tonight and you'll be off like more hours at the end of the festival. And I was like, well, I'm not stupid. Heck yeah, pull me in, throw me in.
Sign me in right now.
Yeah, sign me up right now. So then they take us back to do the jobs that like people who were paid to do didn't show up to do. So I got to walk dancers. But the only thing that, I don't know, I didn't think it was really cool on like the DJ's parts was that like they could choose whether or not they wanted the dancers on the stage. So there was a few times I walked those dancers all the way to that stage.
Just to be denied. That's awful.
Yeah. But I mean, your job basically with them is just like kind of guard them, like make sure that nobody's like trying to grab them or anything. And which I'm not a very big woman, so I was like, well, I don't know what I'm gonna do. I'm like, hey, don't do that. But like I walked them around. They were really nice and really fun. But if anyone like stopped them and wanted pictures, like I would take pictures for them. It was really cool.
So that's all your Insomniac experiences?
No, that was with Imagine.
Imagine, sorry.
Yeah, so technically the other people that were working with me were with the WET program, which is the work exchange team, which we are going to link them in the bottom of the description so that you guys can get that.
Yeah.
But every once in a while, they don't do it all the time. Not many festivals, but like I've noticed that they'll pick like 3, and they'll kind of put them on there, and then you can apply. And if they pick you, then you go do it. Um, but it's a really good time. Like honestly, all the people that I worked with were really nice. I didn't have any awful experiences there. I would say the only thing that sucked was second day. Somehow I got roped into someone messed up when they put the lights up from last year, I guess. So when there's like this giant like thimble looking thing that they had the lights on. They were all tangled. So me and like 3 other people had to untangle them in Georgia while it's like
Ew.
90 degrees
Ew.
outside and I'm melting. I was like, somebody give me a water. Like, but after that, I was done working because I came back to the tent and they were like, well, you can work more if you want. And I was like, I'm not stupid. So I'm going to go have fun.
Bye.
Bye.
Yeah.
But it's hard work. I won't say that it's easy.
Yeah,
for
you're
sure.
working.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you're definitely working, but like, it's like you're surrounded by good people, nice people, most of the time.
Most of the time.
Most of the time, there are some other chances.
Some weirdos.
Yeah, yeah.
Is that all your work experiences?
No, there's one more.
Home base.
Home base. No, there's 2 more then, because I worked home base and I worked something else. Oh, Okeechobee. I don't know why that wasn't coming to me. I worked home base, but I'm pretty sure I got that one through Brian because I know him. He's super nice, great to work with. That was a bit of a pain because there's at the Avanti, it's like a hallway where all of the DJs are playing. So they scan people in and out. And of course the whole scanner's not working again situation. And then people were getting backed up and they're like, I just want to go in. And I'm like, I get it, but like I have to scan you in or I'm going to get in trouble.
Yeah.
But yeah, that one was pretty good too. I wouldn't say that I like went and saw a whole lot of people after that. I think I came to your house after that.
How many hours did you work?
For home base?
Yeah.
I want to say like 10.
Okay.
Yeah.
Not bad. And they
Not
paid
bad
you
at
for
all.
it?
I think I volunteered that one because I was like, I had nothing else to do. Why not?
And then you did Okeechobee, but you got paid, right?
I got paid for Okeechobee. I don't remember how much I got paid an hour. I think it was like 16 an hour. But my shifts were 6 a.m. till 2 p.m. Thursday and Friday. So I got to do ticketing, which honestly, that was pretty good because like clearly I've done ticketing a few times, so I caught the vibe. But they were like really professional. They had one guy that was like our main guy that if you had any questions, like he answered everything. If you had a problem, you just flag him down and he'd fix whatever it was. But 6 a.m. is pretty rough. Not gonna lie.
Yeah. She was pretty tired certain
Yeah.
nights. She's like, I'm going to bed. And I was like, I'm gonna go boogie in the juggle till 5 in the morning.
Yeah. Yeah, you guys came and I was like, look, I gotta just work it out and then I'm gonna take a nap and then we're gonna have a great time. So that honestly, I would say I would do it all over again because like
It's a free ticket.
1, it's a free ticket. 2, I got paid to go. 3, like my experience was that like I got to do it in the morning. So like I got to do the entire festival and I did it the first 2 days, went ahead and got it out of the way. And then I got to, enjoy the rest of it. I would say that honestly, out of all of them, that one was probably the best just because like I got paid and I got to have fun,
So what was your worst festival experience? Would you say it would be Imagine?
I don't want to burn any bridges.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
We'll keep it on the low.
We'll keep it
I
on
will
the
definitely
low.
tell you my worst festival experience. So, one more thing. She also did study abroad and got to go to a couple.
Yes, thanks to Brooke. She pushed me to do it because I was like, I don't know, I'm nervous. And she was like, go, it's going to be so much fun. And I don't regret it whatsoever. Like, honestly, literally the week before we were supposed to leave, I had like a mental breakdown. And my parents almost didn't let me go because they were like, we're not sure if she's okay. And I was like, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna figure it out. And
I'm going to Europe, guys.
yeah. Like honestly, I was a little nervous because like, yeah, I was not in the best place in my life, but I think I needed that experience. Like I needed to get out of my comfort zone, meet some new people, and just like have a fresh start because like I wasn't doing well. So I needed that. I really did.
And what did you get to do for the study abroad trip?
So it was fairs and festivals, which is pretty cool. But we were the guinea pigs. So that was the first time that they were doing that. And so we got to go to like a few festivals. We went to some music festival in Switzerland, and it's nothing like music festivals here. But I was the only one that was like sort of dressed for a music festival because all the other girls like didn't go.
Mm-hmm.
But like nothing like too serious. Like I wore like some high waisted shorts and like a tube top and like had my hair up in space buns, but nothing like serious. But we went to Disneyland Paris because a lot of the people that I went with, they worked at Disney. So they got us free tickets to get in. That was so cool. Highly recommend. Don't recommend going to Paris, but I highly recommend Disneyland Paris. But yeah, that was an awesome experience.
Especially like educational wise for learning about festivals and stuff.
Yeah, it was interesting to see that they do things differently, just in general, you know?
I will be doing another segment with Mr. Powers at some point on raving in the States versus abroad. So stay tuned for that. Very excited to talk about international festivals.
I would love to do that. Just haven't done it yet.
Yeah.
We literally passed like right by Tomorrowland.
Me.
Yeah, I was like, why am I not going?
I literally was thinking about going to Tomorrowland when I did my study abroad trip. I was like, in just a couple days Tomorrowland starts, I could just hop on over there.
Yeah, we were like literally right by it, right at the same time. And I was like, why aren't we going there?
You're like, great.
Why aren't we going there? I'll pay the extra money.
Take me.
Take me.
So for my festival experiences, my first one was working for EDC Vegas Ground Control, which I talked a little bit about. Allie had told me that she had applied, and she went onto the Insomniac website and she basically got approved. And I was like, well, I kind of want to do that. I've never been to EDC Vegas, but I don't have the money to pay for a ticket. And I basically applied. I had to do a 2-part interview. One was like a submission, and then I had to do a video call, and I was talking to this lady while getting ready for Ultra Music Festival at the same time.
No way.
Yeah, it was funny. I was like, I'm actually going to Ultra in a couple hours. She goes, oh, interesting.
I did a phone interview for Okeechobee because it's with the Insomniacs too.
Oh,
so
okay.
Maybe it just depends on like what festival you do,
Yeah,
how they do the interview.
every company, I guess, is different.
Yeah.
So for Insomniac, for ground control, they had like 400 people working that. And basically, ground control is, making sure that attendees are having a good time, that they're safe. We had to get our CPR certification. Basically just making sure that attendees are safe and having the best experience possible. So you get to walk around, check on people, enjoy the show.
Vibe.
I had someone
I've seen some of those ground control people just straight vibing, like having a good time.
I respect them though, because ground control, without it, I think that a lot of people would be dead right now, to be honest.
Yeah.
Or lost, or something bad could possibly happen to them. And I respect ground control and the work that they do, and I hope that they promote more ground control employees at all festivals. I think that's such an essential job title.
I would say the first time that you were telling me about it was the first time I had ever heard of something like that.
Yeah, I didn't know what ground control was. I had Allie tell me what ground control was. So when I was put into that situation, I had to be at work at 5 o'clock, which was an hour and a half of traffic. And then the first day I was paired with, like, everyone that's a newbie is paired with veterans.
Mm-hmm.
So I had my friend named Castillo. We became friends there. He has done multiple festivals, and he had the radio, and I had this light up wand, and I would like yell at people to get out of the way, and he would radio in calls. And we had a 14-hour shift, 3 breaks. It was a great time to like get to know someone and also enjoy a festival at the same time. We ended up saving one person's life that night.
Wow.
This guy was inebriated. He was definitely like, I think, on something, but like sitting on the ground, throwing up, eyes rolling in the back of his head. And we were finally able to get some assistance, like emergency people and police help lift him up and take him to med, which was awesome. No one died that weekend out of a like 300, 400,000 attendance.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody died, which was great. The second day, you had the option to have, so in the 3 days that you worked there, you, on certain days, based on your schedule, only you have one day off. So I had the second day off,
Mm-hmm.
but you had to pay for that day at a discounted price.
Oh, wow.
So I paid like, I think $120 or $164 to
Yeah.
enjoy that day, which I did. And then the third day I had to go work, and I was paired with this other girl who was new, and we did like back and forth with the radio, and we ended up saving another life. Some girl, we were just trying to walk from our zone to another zone for the time switch, and we were walking by, we saw two other ground controllers near this girl who was laying on the ground seizing up. She was foaming at the mouth, and this other lady comes over, she goes, roll her on her side. So me and this girl and we roll on her side. She's still seizing up. And then more ground controllers come by, and we form a circle because people are about to crush this girl. And like, I'm getting nervous because she's like getting unresponsive. It was so fucking packed. It was so packed. Like,
Yeah.
if you imagine circuit grounds, you never even see, like, there was so much space this year. But
Oh, yeah.
back then, it was like rough. I was like, there's no way we can get a cart to pick her up. I was like, we need to get her out of here. We had like 10 people circled around, and finally we were able to just lift her up and take her through a back exit to get to medical on the other side.
Yeah.
It was kind of scary, but being able to save a life and being in that work perspective put me in a whole new perspective in the industry, and just a greater appreciation for festivals. So for that festival, I actually didn't make a lot of money. I worked because we had like Thursday.
I mean, it's hard. Vegas is expensive.
Yeah, for Thursday we got paid to be there to train. And then I worked Friday and I worked Sunday, and I made $298.
Wow.
Yes, and I had to pay for my own place to stay and my ticket. My ticket to fly over there was like close to $300. My stay over there was $300. So I basically lost money, but I gained experiences,
Yeah.
and I also have some memorable friendships that I truly enjoy. Nick and Kyle, I love you guys. So for EDC Vegas, money wise, it's a fail, but being able to work it's such a great opportunity. You definitely have time
I
to.
highly recommend like doing things local at first,
Oh,
at
yeah.
least, because if like when she told me her first experience was going to be EDC Vegas, I was like, wow, like that's kind of ballsy.
Yeah.
But like at the same time, I completely get it, because like then you get to have that experience. But yeah, definitely probably start closer to home.
Yeah.
Something a little cheaper.
It was in between working that or going to Bonnaroo, and
It's fine. I just cried while you weren't there.
I was supposed to go to Bonnaroo with her, but
I just had the time of my life. It's fine.
one day. One day I'll
Bonnaroo is
go.
great. I highly recommend.
One day. My other festival that I worked was, my second one was Asteria Music Festival. And if you haven't seen my podcast before about Asteria, you should know that it was the biggest shit show of festival I've ever been to. It's the worst festival I've ever been to. I mean, the vibes were fun, so Countdown would probably be there for worst festivals.
Yeah.
But just from beginning to end, it was loosely ran by this guy who had the other part owners, throw it all on him. He didn't give a shit. The staff was working for free. I did volunteer. I went on the site to do volunteer work 2 years ago because I wanted to go, but I just didn't want to spend the money. And after COVID happened, I got a call back from this guy named Blue, and he goes, hey, you had your application here a year ago, and would you still like to work this? And I was like, Sure, why not? This sounds like a great opportunity. Like, why not? It's in Florida. It's
I've
camping.
only been locked in my house for
Yeah.
a while.
I don't, why turn down this opportunity? I think it'll be fun. I like camping. And honestly, it was just a very underprepared festival, only having one water station out in a 1.5 mile
You
gap.
just can't do that.
Yeah, no, it's so dangerous. Just yeah. So my position was box office, and it was so freaking hot. It was in July, so the sun's beating out. We are underneath a tent, and I brought my portable fan because I was just sweating so much.
Yeah.
And basically, people were coming through with their cars, and I had to like scan them in and give them tickets. It was really fun doing that. I caught on pretty fast. I did my work and like helped out people. I got to meet artists while doing that, like Blunts and Blondes. No, not Blunts and Blondes. Bonnie and Clyde. Sorry, Bonnie and Clyde. I got to meet. Odyssey. I met like a couple other artists, and it was just nice greeting people and like being like, "Hey." It wasn't too much hard work. We worked like 5 or 6 hours each day, and all in all, very appreciative of being able to do that festival. It gave me a new perspective and respect for how hard people worked.
We always say that we learn something from every festival.
Yeah.
And take it with you for later.
Yeah. And all those staff that worked, they worked for free. And a lot of them were breaking down by the last day because they're overworked. And these were like the head staff. I wasn't head staff. So once I was done with my time, I was out. I was doing my own thing.
Yeah.
So
I would be too.
It was chaotic. I would suggest never work for a stereo music festival just based off my experience. So was it worth it? No. But was it a interesting experience that I had? Yes. And my ticket was free. So basically you just need to bring your camping items. So it's not really costly. Lastly,
if you live in Florida.
Yeah.
If you live close. Yeah.
Yeah. But if don't drive out of state.
Don't drive out. Don't do that.
To work at a stereo music festival, don't do that.
No.
My last festival experience that I've had so far is Halloween, which I actually really enjoyed. I had mixed feelings at first because I felt very guilty of literally being at EDC Vegas the week before.
Yeah.
I had 2 days, a day and a half to myself before I had to hop into my car and drive straight to Halloween for orientation. So I came back home like a late Monday night, had Tuesday off, and then drove to Halloween on Wednesday. Had to set up my camp all by myself. I did that whole experience basically by myself when I was working, but I met up with Alana and Amanda and Alana's mom each day when I had my time off. And I also had time to myself as well. I had applied for the work exchange team, WET, and I went on the Hula website because Alana kept saying, Brooke, Hula is my favorite festival. You got to do it. And like she was
I still want to do it.
I literally did.
Did I tell you that if I was getting married in Florida, that I was going to look at Swanee?
A lot of people do go to Swanee.
There was someone who was going the year that you worked, and they had put on like, it was like a Swanee group, and they were like, just got married there the last weekend. Can't wait to go rage with you guys next weekend. Yeah. I was like, that is so cute.
Yeah.
That is so cute.
It is a very magical, mystical place, and
I want to go.
I really loved working that. I applied online, and I had got accepted. And I didn't know what position I was going to get there because I already stated like my work experience before, and then I was in college, got my degree. And so the first day they had me kind of like as ground control, just walking around in VIP. And me and my partner, she already worked. She did like the pre-work day. So this was her last day. They had her raking leaves and shit. So she was already tired and done.
Oh no.
She was really cool. We kind of just like walked around and did nothing because there really was nothing to do. They're like, your assignment is to walk around, and if anyone has any questions, let them know. I'm like, well, no one's told me anything about this whole entire place. So I
will say that about like working for festivals is that like they don't tell you anything.
Yeah.
And then you're like in a staff shirt and people are asking you questions and you're like, I'm sorry, I don't know. I'm stupid. I'm stupid.
This is my job, but no one told me anything about what I'm supposed to know about. But have fun.
Yeah.
Good luck.
Yeah.
You got this.
Yeah.
So that first day really wasn't doing anything. And then the second day, I was the only person that day to be selected to work artist hospo, which was such a dream to do. That day was Chris Lake into Skrillex, and I requested off in my application to have Skrillex off, and I did. I had Skrillex off, but I didn't have Chris Lake off. And so I go back into artist hospo. I meet all these like powerful women that like are just running the relations, gifts, and it was all about preparation of like having their trailer set and them having all the amenities that they want. And it
having
was
their writers done.
Yeah, the writers. And it was kind of interesting because, for instance, Chris Lake's trailer, I helped prep that, and they're like, oh my god, we don't have this sparkling water that he specifically asked. And they're freaking out. They're literally freaking out. And I was like, I don't see the problem. He has all these things. Like, we have like a different brand of sparkling water. They're like, no. I was like, I just find that a little like, prima donna to freak out. She goes, well, imagine this, you being on road and touring all the time, and you just don't have the basic, essentials and comfort items that you requested.
Yeah.
And I get that, but sometimes you have to realize that mistakes happen and people just try their best. And I talked to these ladies because I got to work artist hospo twice. They're like, one time I was like, what's the craziest request you've ever gotten, like a writer?
Yeah.
And they said, I think it was Kanye or Jay-Z. I think it was both. They said both. They had to have their whole entire trailer and everything in that trailer white.
Yeah, I think I've heard that before. Yeah.
And like, I think one of them couldn't have the plastic wrap on their water bottles. Like, just ridiculous things. So I could see how hard these women worked, and I was glad that I was able to assist them. I was basically backstage, like doing all that, and walking by one of the trailers, I looked over, and outside was Skrillex just fucking chilling with someone else.
Sonny.
And he turns and he looks at us and he looks at me, and then I did a double take. I was like, is that that's Skrillex? He's looking at my fucking face. Oh my fucking god. That was the best moment of my life. I was just starstruck at that moment that I had such a legend even see my existence,
Yeah.
I was fortunate to have that night off. Like, later that night, they cut me right before Chris Lake started. So I got to go into Chris Lake, and then my friends snuck me into VIP and got to see Skrillex up there. Just a very memorable night. I got to work the other last day, working in artist hospo, and I got to like throw balloons in like the VIP pit out into the crowd. There's a lot of work, and it was freezing my butt off, but not having to pay the thing is, you had to put $500 down as a deposit for this application, just to make sure that people will do their job, and then you'll get your money back once they sign you off for doing your work.
Yeah, I did that with Imagine, and it was just to ensure if you didn't work, then you were paying for your ticket.
And like, I get it. I totally get it.
No, I totally get it. There's a lot of people that just go in and they're like, oh, I'm just gonna go to the festival. Bye.
Yeah, it's a great way for accountability reasons for working. So I had to put the $500 down. I got it back. The only thing I had to do is pay like $120 for my car camping pass, which was worth it. I need my car and I need to charge my stuff. So all in all, that was a great work opportunity experience for myself. I had a day off. I had free time, like during the day and night, certain days. I worked like 6 to 8 hours, so nothing too crazy. But yeah, that was a great experience. It is expensive to just be at Hula, though. Like, the food is expensive.
Really?
Yeah, like a slice of pizza is $8. Like,
I want to go so bad, though. But obviously it's not going to happen this year because I'm literally getting married right before it. So
I mean, you could go to Hula. You could.
Don't put that in my brain.
Anything's possible.
Anything's Anything's possible.
I might work hula after your wedding, so
My
I
God.
might redo that.
Brooke can talk you into anything. She can sell ice to like somebody who lives in Alaska. They're like, I don't need ice. She's like, no, you need ice. You totally need ice.
Just do it. Just do it.
Yeah.
So out of my work experiences, Asteria was the worst, and my favorite one.
I was gonna say hula. You just look like you had so much fun.
Yeah,
I was jealous.
Yeah,
for sure.
There's so many fun amenities, and you can just do whatever you want. And I love camping, so hula is my favorite. So let's talk about applying.
I mean, the application process pretty much for wet, they have a website that they put whichever ones that they're doing for the moment, because they don't work with everybody. And then Insomniac, I believe, I don't remember how I got in touch with whoever for Okeechobee. I believe it was with UCF, but I do have the email for box office. But I'm pretty sure that they have all their stuff under like careers on their website. But a lot of them, honestly, even if they don't have something that says careers or work for us, like just go to the contact page and say, hi, I'd like to work for you guys, because even right now, nobody wants to work.
Mm-hmm.
Like for Countdown, they had to move it because they didn't have enough people that wanted to work.
Yeah.
So, I mean, do yourself a favor, because you get a free ticket and have some fun, and do us all a favor so the things can be at the right locations, because that really killed it for me for Countdown.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that was the one thing I was really looking forward to, was going camping, like, in New Year's.
I don't think they were going to be prepared.
No.
I just feel like they threw it together last minute.
No, and it, like, honestly, it kind of ruined Countdown for me, because I was like,
yeah.
In my head, I was like, I'm supposed to be camping in Okeechobee right now.
Alana told me that they were just doing it for money, and I totally see that.
I
She was
believe
100%
it.
right.
Yeah. I mean, same with Invasion. Like, it was just like one right after the other. Just like disappointment.
Honestly,
and, like,
I'm really disappointed in almost all Florida festivals besides Hula.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm the friend who got their things felt up at sunset.
Yeah.
Yeah, when you said that, I was like, how does Dylan not know that?
He's like, what?
Yeah. I literally was like wearing no clothes, making sure that everything is, good as I walk in. And they're like, yeah, we smell drugs on you. You got to go over there and get searched. And that lady liked her job way too much.
Yeah, she's like, bloop.
Yeah. It made me take off my boots and then like felt me up. And I was like, do you really enjoy this? Because like, it just, it killed my day. It really did.
That's not right.
Yeah.
I would have said something.
Yeah.
Sorry. With applying for festivals as well, there's other options that I have looked into.
Mm-hmm.
Facebook groups, 100%. There is a event festival work.
Search your area. If you just search a group, most of the time it's going to come up with something in your area. And people are really helpful if you're willing to work.
Mm-hmm.
So
I go on Google and type in festival work as well to see what's in the area. Radiate might say something.
Yeah.
Going to college, Rosen College has a lot of event opportunities that you can do.
I would say a lot more now.
Yeah.
Like they built it's the Pegasus Music Group, and they bring in like producers or like anyone, and they'll always tell you if there's like a work opportunity. They're really great about that. I know college is expensive, but I definitely think it was worth it. Like, we got a lot of knowledge from that.
Yeah. Also trying to be an ambassador, going through social media to the actual festival page website, saying you could promote. Those are just little steps of like reaching out and like getting your foot in the door. Networking is such a major part of this. Networking. Like, try to meet as many people.
Does that for me, because I'm not good at talking.
I'm like, hey, I know this person, and there's that person right there, and you never know. Like,
I'm nice, but I'm quiet.
You'll never know like who you'll meet, who can help you get somewhere. And the thing is, I don't like using people to get anywhere. I like to generally get to know someone.
Yeah.
And if the opportunity presents itself, then fine. But I don't like to be pushed and be like, oh, like,
Don't be like, "Hi, I hear that you know this person and you could get me in." Like,
yeah,
don't do that.
yeah,
Be genuine about your interactions with people.
yeah. And so far, like, the people that I've met has helped me get to where I am now, and
Yeah.
hopefully in the future we'll get to be where we want to be.
Yeah.
Um, Now, lastly, where we hope to go with working for festivals is that we would like to have our own festival and be able to show the EDM community like a taste of like what we have in mind. Obviously, I don't think we want to do something extremely big. Like, it's not going to be Bonnaroo or anything.
No, definitely start smaller because you can always go bigger, but you can't go smaller.
But finding
so.
a location has been tricky for us.
It's been,
That was a very
it's been a journey. Yeah, go into your business deals with the right hat on.
yeah, don't just yeah.
Don't trust people who shouldn't be trusted.
Yeah.
Yeah, trust your gut, your intuition. Yeah, but I mean, I think that like we said, we go to every festival and pretty much every time, like I'm like, so what did we learn?
Yes,
Like we have to
yes,
learn
yeah.
something.
Yeah.
Because if we're not taking something with us afterwards, I feel like we've wasted our time.
And there's so many things that I've seen from festivals like, this is smart. This needs to be addressed. This needs to be added. And like, with us going to these festivals, I like that we're gaining this experience and knowing what is the best experience for our future
Right.
attendees.
And I mean, you can't make everything like perfect
Yeah,
immediately,
no.
but like
Yeah, but
take notes.
yeah.
Like it's not hard to just,
Mm-hmm.
be vigilant about things that you see.
Just figuring out the layout itself. Always make sure that the layout that you
Yeah.
create is going to be optimal for attendees. Like, it's not going to be blocking anywhere. Bathrooms and water are evenly dispersed everywhere.
Yeah.
Make sure that you have permits and stuff for noise ordinances.
Yeah.
And just, there's a lot to go into working for festivals. And if you want to actually own and operate your own music festival, definitely either go to college and start learning about it or start training
because you don't want to make a music festival and then get sued over something that like could have been prevented.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and sometimes it's hard to prevent certain stuff. Like, there are force majeure things like
Yeah.
the freaking hurricanes in Florida, and that's also a gamble. Like, you're gambling when you want to create a music festival.
Right. And I mean, you have to take that into mind and have contingency plans. One or two, you need to, be the bigger man and refund people.
And we also learned that if you do want to start your own festival, to actually see, I guess, positive results, it takes about 3 years to really see
I believe it.
the right type of funding. Either you're going to break even or you're going to lose some money the first 3 years before you start seeing positive income coming your way. So,
And I would say if you go to festivals and you get an email that says like, "Hey, can you take this survey?" Like, please do it.
yeah.
Please do it. Because if they don't know that there's a problem, then they can't fix it. It's the same way of like a restaurant. If they don't know that your meal was messed up, then how are they supposed to fix it for you?
Yeah. Yeah. Definitely be vocal and
Make it better for all of us.
Yeah.
Not just yourself.
Do you have anything else to say?
I would say the only thing that I have left to say as somebody who goes to festivals a lot and has seen this complaint recently, if you see something, say something.
Yeah.
Because I don't remember where I was reading it, but they said had somebody at EDC Vegas, she was passed out over the railing and some girls were pointing and laughing at her. And I just don't think we're all humans. If that was if that was you, you would want someone to go get you help.
Yeah.
So if you see something, say something, because there is ground control, but they can't get everything because they're only humans too. They only have 2 eyeballs. Help them out,
Be a good person. And if you're going to a festival and you want to work in it, you got to be plur. If you're not plur, what are you doing there?
Yeah, please don't come.
Yeah.
Just, please,
Yeah.
please don't come if you're not gonna be nice.
If you're not gonna be plur, don't.
If you're
freaking
there
come.
to steal, don't come. We don't want you there. Because I've seen a lot of that too. A lot of videos where they're like, "Oh, look, there's the pickpockets." Like, that's not cool, man. Karma's gonna get you. Karma's
Yeah.
gonna come back, and it's gonna get you.
Yeah. Make sure to point things out, even if it's like sexual assault too. A lot of people let things
Yes.
pass. I make sure up front I will stop someone and call them out for their shit because
Yeah.
like it's not right. It's not right. And a lot of girls don't know how to defend themselves. So just be the bigger person and like either protect yourself or protect others around you.
Right. Yeah.
Mm.
I would say that's the only thing I had to say.
Yeah. Well, I hope this has been educational for you guys. I'm going to post a couple of links for work websites for working for festivals. If you have any questions, you can reach out to me. But other than that, I hope you guys have a great rest of your week. Bye.
Bye.